was to safely insert them. The second step was to begin to try to figure out what settings could affect morbid obesity.
And drive it down one.
The doctors can now manually adjust the voltage going into her brain through stimulators implanted in her chest. The hope is that electricity will trick the mind that Carol's stomach is full. But it's now uncharted territory, and they will monitor her every step of the way. 3 weeks after the surgery, Carol tells us she's already lost 3 pounds.
Every once in a while I can feel like a twitch in my neck, like when it gets a power surge, you know what I mean? Back here is where they fished the wires down through it, and went down into this is where my batteries are located. They wanted me to wait a week for my body to adapt to everything, and last week they turned them on low. And I noticed I don't have the appetite I had, but I don't have the cravings that I had. My body feels different. I feel better. I have more energy. If I have a craving, it's a little craving, and it's not a craving to just keep eating it and eating it and eating it and eating it. I keep things in the refrigerator that I like just to see if I go pick them up. But I just don't have the energy for them.
The voltage pulsing through her brain seems to be even curbing her strong desire for Pepsi.
Yeah, you know what? I've had this bottle of Pepsi for 3 days. And look how much is in it. 3 days. I would drink one of these a day before.
As a part of the ongoing study, Carol is required to check in with the team every 2 to 3 weeks. The doctors have been dialing her voltage up and down with promising results.
They turned me off for like 2 weeks, and boy, I knew the difference when they did. In about 3 days, I was ready to eat. Crystal Light.
Okay, just checking.
You thought it was Pepsi, didn't you? I just, a totally different life. Totally different. I don't want to eat all the time. That's the biggest change.
Carol is ecstatic that they've been able to essentially turn off her lifelong obsession with food.
I know it's crazy, but I'm telling you, if you saw me eat, you'd believe me.
They tweak her voltage every visit to see if it has any effect.
Okay, now to go print these two.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting sick. Wait a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay, I was going to say, are you okay?
Give me a minute. This is what we do. We check the settings and check the batteries, and then they turn me out if they're going to, or leave me where they're going to leave me.
If she's turned up too fast, she can feel suddenly sick.
Nausea?
Yeah.
An indication the electrodes are still working, and doctors have met their preliminary goal of inducing a sense of fullness.
I think I'm okay. I'll know by the time you get back. I'm better now than when it goes right away as soon as they turn it down.
The main challenge still stands. The weight loss remains elusive.
If Carol Poe's sense of craving has been modulated and controlled, why isn't she losing more weight?
I think the fact that she hasn't lost weight is the next phase. I think that is the more difficult part, and a part that has to be figured out by our team here and others.
Cindy said you got nauseous when she turned up.
Yeah, I did.
That's good.
To understand why Carol isn't losing weight, Dr. Whiting has decided to change focus.
What we've learned in the last year is that we need to focus more just on the metabolism. We clearly feel that we can get rid of the urge and get more energy. We know we're having an effect. We know we can do it. It's just a matter of getting the metabolism. So the thing that we're not getting to yet is the actual weight loss, which comes down, I believe, to changing the metabolism.
So, venturing further into the medically unknown, late last month, Dr. Whiting and his team flew Carol to a special lab at LSU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where she'll spend a week by herself, sealed in this metabolic chamber.
I told her that basically she was going to spend 8 hours a day for 5 days of the week in a room about as big as her closet, not being able to eat all day long. Well, we turned up the electricity to see what it did to her, and she said, great, I'm in.
They want me to eat all this stuff. I can't eat all this stuff.
They know the electrodes in her brain can stop her cravings.
Eat as much as you can because you have to eat the same amount every day.
But can the same electrodes increase Carol's metabolism?
So this is one of the few places in the world, really, that has a metabolic lab where you can put a patient in the room, and it measures their metabolism, and it can detect a change in their metabolism very, very quickly.
Bye, Carol.
It's been over a year now.
that she's been subject to this treatment. Are you discouraged at all about the progress she's made?
I'm not. I think we should be encouraged and remember that it took Thomas Edison, 1,350 different substances before he found out that carbon was the right component for the incandescent bulb.
At the lab, Whiting's team ups Carol's voltage every hour.
Okay, try me. That's perfect. Keep it there.
The key is finding the right setting.
Nausea, just a little bit.
Computers and special gauges are precisely measuring how much energy she's burning every minute with each change.
She's been up, pop, pop all day long.
But when the voltage gets too high too fast,
What do you feel? It's tingling, it's tingling. I feel a little sick.
Okay, take it down to 4.5.
it's almost as if Carol is in a literal test tube.
A lot of people think I'm a guinea pig, but I feel like it's a teaching. And it's a learning experience for them and for me.
Once we get an idea of what each individual electrode is doing, at what each individual setting, voltage setting, and how that affects metabolism, then that lets us go back home and be a lot more efficient about how we're adjusting our settings to get weight loss. So what do you think?
It was kind of what I expected, but it's just boring.
Yeah.
Later in the week, the medical team is cautiously optimistic. Carol's metabolism seems to be responding to the voltage.
Yeah, that'd be very encouraging.
In fact, by the end of her stay in the chamber, the team discovers one setting that manages to boost her metabolism a sustained 18%. On top of that, over the course of the week, Carol loses close to 10 pounds.
The little pieces are coming together, but we don't know the end of the story yet.
No doubt, a continuing tale of challenging the very nature of one woman's mind to help tackle a nation's weighty epidemic.
If I lose weight, I lose weight, and if I don't, I don't. But I still don't have that urge that it's consumed my life. You know, I don't feel like, right now I don't feel like food is pushing me under. Where before I thought, that was all I thought about. That was my whole life.
More Secrets of Your Mind when we come back.